Today I am here to explain how to make a screw bolt in FreeCAD. Firstly, I selected the part design option and went to the XY plane, and I created a circle of radius 8 mm using the radius constraint option, and then I padded it to 65 mm width so that it looked like a cylinder of radius 8 mm and height 65 mm. And then I used the chamfer option and I chamfered it up to 1.5 mm to make it like a base. And then I used a create sketch option on another base circle, and I created a hexagon which is concentric with the circle, and then I removed some conflicting constraints in it, and then I made the distance between the parallel sides of the hexagon to be 24 mm and made it symmetric to x-axis, and then I padded it up to 10 mm width, and I changed the view to the wire view, and then I started sketching on it on the XZ plane. I wanted to sketch a triangle in order to create a bolt-like structure on two edges. So I selected the two edges and I used a polyline tool to create a triangle, and then I made the angle between the two edges and sides to be 30 degrees in the triangle, and also the distance between the triangle and the z-axis to be 12 mm. Now it looked like a small triangle in the edge, and now I made the view to be normal, and now I used the revolutionary parameters on the sketch, and then I used it with the base z-axis so that it just looked like this. And now I selected the circle perimeter which is in the hexagon, and I used the fillet option and I filleted it up to 0.5 mm to just give a view like just like the base. And now I want to give rings around the bolt, so that I inserted a helix of radius 1.5 of pitch 1.5, height 45 mm and radius 8 mm. Now the helix got inserted just like lines. Now I want to sketch a triangle on the helix part, so a triangle like or a trapezium, in order to sweep it to give rings. So I used the sketcher option. I made the fillet to be disappeared using the toggle window, and now I took a polyline tool and created a trapezium, and I made it symmetric trapezium at the end of the helix, and I made it symmetric with respect to the x-axis, and then I made the distance between the shortest non-parallel side to be 0.19 mm, and then I made the angle between the adjacent angle between the non-parallel sides to be 60 degrees, and I removed some conflicting constraints in order to prevent problems during the sweep option. And then I made the parallel sides to be vertical, and then I made them symmetric, and also I fixed the distance between the z-axis and the trapezium to be 7.1 mm or something like 7.2 mm. Now it just looked like a small triangle at the end of the helix. Now when I closed, it just looked like a sketch at the end of the bolt. I made it symmetric many times in order to make it a good one, and then I, using a toggle window, I made the fillet to be visible. Now I used a sweep option on the trapezium or the triangle like figure in order to create rings, and I want to apply a boolean expression on it. Now I use the sweep option on the sketch, and now it formed something like this. Now I applied a boolean operation on the fillet and the sweep in order to remove the common part so that it may produce rings, and it produced rings, and it just looked like a screw. And I just made the the trapezium to be invisible after that.